So let me ask you a question. What's the biggest obstacle when it comes to wealth and financial freedom? Well, the obstacle is so big that more than 96% of South Africans will never be financially free. And it will keep 99.76% of South Africans enslaved to a system where they live a life of quiet desperation. So let me tell you how I discovered this money secret that separates the wealthy and the successful investor from the average South African. You see, I found out what the biggest obstacle was that prevented people from becoming wealthy. And I would like to share my findings with you today. But perhaps before I do that, just in case we've never met, let me introduce myself quickly. I'm Dr. Hannes Dreyer, founder of the Wealth Creators University, where our mission is to help you to create, to grow, to protect, and to enjoy your wealth. I'm a family man, I'm a wealth creator, I'm a mentor, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a business owner, I'm a property investor, I'm the creator of the Property Pro investment strategy, and because I overcome the obstacle that I'm about to share with you today, I became a millionaire in my early 30s, I retired at 37, I took care of my family. I know what it's like to have the cars and the houses of my dreams and how it feels to travel the world or to fly my own turbine helicopter, or how it feels to buy my wife a game farm for her birthday. I'm basically in the best shape in my life. This morning I did 210 push-ups as an example. I know the true meaning of financial freedom simply because I'm living it for the last 24 years. So let me share with you how I discover the biggest obstacle to wealth and financial freedom. Over the last 15 years, I've been conducting property seminars, webinars, and workshops throughout South Africa. I've been teaching how I've used the Property Pro investment system, not only to grow my own very substantial property portfolio to a point where I was financially free at the age of 37, but in the process helped many of my students to develop financial independence for themselves through real estate. In fact, I can safely say that I created more property investors and property millionaires in South Africa than anyone else. Now, the interesting part is that although some of my seminars have lasted only 90 minutes, others 5 hours, others a full day, and at times I even conducted 3-day intensive live workshops, yet the results have always been the same. While the attendees always got loads of strategies, techniques, information, tips and tricks, some people took action after these events and got incredible results. Yet others who sat right next to these action takers went home and didn't do anything differently. This always disappointed me and I wondered what I could do better. Initially I thought I have to give them more facts, additional tips, extra information. So I packed even more into my seminars. But you know what? The results didn't change. So what was it? As I studied this phenomenon, I came to realize that it wasn't the quality of the information that stopped some people to take action. It was something inside them, their mindset, or what I call their financial thermostat. You see, we all have a financial thermostat within us, inside of us, that determines the level of wealth that we are comfortable with. The question that I'd like to ask you today is, what level is your financial thermostat set for? So for example, Richard Branson has his financial thermostat set for billions. Now imagine if he was only a millionaire. I'm sure that you'll agree with me that he would feel poor. So some people have their thermostat set for millions of rands, others for only thousands. The average South African has their financial thermostat unfortunately set very low. The problem is, if your financial thermostat is set for a low level, then the way that you think, the way that you behave, and the way that you act will keep you poor. Even if you have all of the information, even if you know all of the steps to take, things like fear and doubt will hold you back. You've all heard of people who came into money, such as lottery winners, and then they lost it because they just couldn't handle it. Your wealth usually shrinks back to the amount that you can handle. It's been said that if you took all the money in the world and you divide that in equal share among everyone that's on this planet Earth, it would soon be back in the same pockets that it was before. And from my experience, I can tell you that that assumption is correct. It is hard to keep that which has not been obtained through personal development. What this means is that most people will never develop the wealth that they deserve because their financial thermostat, which was programmed to a low level of wealth when they were children, simply holds them back. We are not born knowing how to do money, or how to do investments, or how to do business. These are all skills that must be learned, and we must develop these skills. So unfortunately, when it comes to these vital skill sets, we are all programmed by our parents, by our teachers, by our culture, by our religion, by our peer groups. And this simply means that in general, we have been programmed by unwealthy people. I'd like you to take a minute to think about what you were taught about money. What did you hear from your parents about money and about rich people? Did you hear things like money doesn't grow on trees, or money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy and selfish, or what about this one nowadays in South Africa? People stole our land. Or what about this one? Money won't really make you happy. Or, you know what, money isn't really that important anyway. Do any of those sound familiar? What did you see at home about money when you were young? We learn a lot about how to behave in all areas of our lives by simply modeling our parents. So how were your parents when it comes to money? Did they argue about money? Was one more a saver and the other one more a spender or more free with money? Were they good money managers? Or was one or both of them perhaps a money mismanager? It's interesting how many of us end up becoming so much like our parents in the arena of money. Unless we were very angry as a child, then we tend to rebel to become the opposite of our parents. So, how did your parents behave around money when you were young? Your experiences around money as a child also affects how you were programmed. Think about it for a moment. Did money mean happiness? Or did money mean arguments when you were young? Was money ever used as a substitute for love or as a form of bribery? For most of us, the subconscious programming we receive as a child was and continues to be disempowering. These limiting wealth beliefs were instilled in us when we were children, and at that time they really seemed to be very true. But they are no longer relevant to us today. If your experience were like mine, the people who taught you about money, your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, had the best intentions. They wanted you to succeed financially. But the end result is often a raft of disempowering beliefs about money, about wealth, and about rich people. Unfortunately, since they've never been taught how money really works, all they could pass on was their own belief systems. And that was often based on scarcity rather than the abundance thoughts that are necessary to feel truly wealthy. Beliefs are neither true or false. They are not right or wrong. Your beliefs are your beliefs and they work on a subconscious level. But your beliefs can be empowering or disempowering. So most South Africans will never become rich simply because of their belief systems, of that thermostat and the way that it was set. So at some level they believe that rich people and or money are bad, or that wealth is beyond their reach, or that they do not deserve to become wealthy. And then, guess what? They find ways to justify to themselves why they don't want to become wealthy, or why they don't deserve to become wealthy. Now, for things to change in your life, you must change first. You must pinpoint the negative or limited wealth beliefs that you've got that are holding you back from reaching your full potential. So how on earth do you move forward? How do you get yourself to really take action and to take action in the right direction? Basically, there are 4 things that you need to do. The first one is to develop awareness. The first step is to evaluate your current situation, your current position. What are you doing financially? What is the growth rate on your current property portfolio if you've got property? What is your debt to income ratio? So become aware of what is working and what is not working. The thoughts, the actions and the behaviors that you want to keep. And of course you have to figure out what's bad, the things that you want to change. Which of your beliefs are not working for you? What lessons about money and wealth were handed down to you many years ago, but have not been updated for your current needs? So once you know that, now we can start. The second thing is then to discard your non-empowering beliefs. Now that you understand that some of your beliefs about money and rich people are holding you back, it's basically time to discard your non-empowering beliefs. Once you've done that, well, then the third thing is now we have to develop new beliefs. You then need to adopt the belief system of successful people. Model yourself on other successful people, people who have already achieved what you want to achieve. And the fastest way for you to become financially successful is for you to adopt the thoughts and the behaviors of people who are already financially successful, of people that already have that you want. So what do these people do differently? And I'm not talking just about the steps that they take. It's what they believe and how they think about money and wealth. The fourth thing for you to do is you have to take action. Massive action. Now it's time to act on your new positive beliefs. And it is called be do have. You become the person that you want to be. And as soon as you start thinking and acting like that person that you want to be, then you're going to be successful. So if you want to become wealthy in your mind first. Be that person. Then do what wealthy people do. Act wealthy. Check your IRR, your internal rate of return. See if your investment is growing so fast that it will help you to be in a position to retire one day. If your investment is not performing, then there's no need for you to have that investment. So wealthy people know what their growth rates are, right? Because they act wealthy. In turn, you will have what wealthy people have. Because you see, wealth is just a result. It is a result of your thoughts and of your beliefs, which then leads to the actions that you're going to take. Now, here's a tip that I'd like to give you. If things aren't working out the way that you want them to, then you need to stop taking the easy way out and blaming outside factors, because this is what unsuccessful people are doing. They always blame someone else or something else for their situation. You know what? It is not your boss's fault. It is not the government's fault. It's not the interest rate or the broker or the financial institution. It's not even a lack of information. You need to stop justifying why you are not financially successful. Most of what you have today, you have attracted by becoming the person that you are today. If you want things to change in your life financially, well, then you must change first. It's important for us to understand that we are fully responsible for our own financial results. Most of what you have today, you have attracted by becoming the person that you are today with your mindsets and your behaviors and the way that you act. If you want things to change in your life financially, then you must change first. And the good news is that your life can change. Why? Because you can change. So when we throw out the blame list and start becoming more of ourselves, interestingly, everything will begin to change around us. So the question is then, but how can you ensure financial freedom? To change your financial position in life, you're going to need, first of all, the right mindset. Then the right investment knowledge, not just investment knowledge that the universities and the education system tries to enforce on you. Then you need to have a proven investment system. And fourthly, you need a mentor, and lastly, you need a network of like-minded people. In other words, people that has got the same mindsets and belief systems that you've got. So if you want a wealth creator's mindset where you can create basically abundance at will, and if you want the right property investment knowledge where you can get at least a 55% plus growth on your investments, and if you want a reliable and a proven property investment system that can guarantee you the growth that you need in order to get to financial freedom, and if you want guidance from one of the top property investment mentors in South Africa, and if you want have access to a group of like-minded wealth creators that can be with you and encourage you in this journey, then the Property Pro Mentoring Program offers you that opportunity to join the top 1%. The question basically then is, are you ready to step into that extraordinary vision for your life and make financial freedom a reality? If the answer is yes, then I would like to show you how the Property Pro Mentoring Program will help you to get whatever you want. So I'm going to pass the ball back into your hands. You see, the Property Pro Mentoring Program is just for action takers. Unless you're going to take action, nothing is going to happen. You know, it's not going to be for free. And if you want anything for free, then please do not click the link that you'll see below. If you have the belief system that there is something for nothing, or that you do not have to work to become financially free, then this is definitely not for you. But if you are ready, and if you are willing to take responsibility, and if you are willing to do whatever it takes to get to financial freedom and to live a life of abundance, then I want you to follow the link below to find out what is included in the Property Pro Mentoring Program and why it is the easiest, the safest, and the quickest way to financial freedom. So if you're ready, click on the link below where I will explain how the Property Pro Mentoring Program works and how it will secure the wealth that you deserve. So please don't miss out on this opportunity. I'm only going to take a few people on board. So if you're ready and if you're serious, then click on that link and I will see you on the other side.